The only thing that I want to say, inclusive, is that John Mahama can only be president for 4 years. But by the grace of God, Bawumia can be president for 8 years. Do we want it for 8 years or 4 years?
I've heard somebody say that 4 years, if somebody has 8 years, he'll be more responsible and accountable. And if somebody has 4 years, he will not be accountable. I mean, it's the most illogical statement I ever heard.
This election is a straight choice between two people, two Northerners. You have Dr. Bawumia and John Mahama. When we say we want to do something, they always say it is not possible. But it is possible.
You don't go saying, vote for me, and when I come, I will do this. You can do it now.
Mama Mistiano, Namin Chicano, Uncle Baby, I see a call.
The person himself says he's a driver's mate. He doesn't have a license yet. So he should work and get a license first. And then after he gets a license,
Well, welcome to Monday, the best day of the week. You can argue with your phone. Well, it's a new week and a new beginning for many. So it's 12 days to Bronya. Hey, no. Mankani year cry. Well, it's 12 days to election 2024, and a week from today, the special voting will be happening in full force. The security forces, those who are also media men who will be busy on the 7th, would also be casting their ballots in the special voting next week. But as has been our routine for many weeks now, this is Campaign Uncensored with me, Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Remember, this is the shortest 30 minutes of your day. So let's do this together. What's cooking? And I'm sure you are also wondering. Well, John Dramani Mahama, he has begun a tour of the Western region. And Emmanuel Kofi-Boah, Deputy Minority Leader, says not a single MPP promise, not even one made to the people of the Western region, has been fulfilled.
Promises are the last 8 years, MPP have been about promise Western region. Also, Werba, a basic brand new regional hospital. Werba. We are rehabilitate Effiang Kwanta Hospital. Obey a new refinery. Whereby we are be nyeme pia sebio krumpo enyuwa weye. Promises are the last 8 years MPP have been about promise Western region. Also whereby a basic brand new regional hospital. Whereby we are rehabilitate Effiang Kwanta Hospital. Obey a new refinery.
Well, we've got more on that for you. Meanwhile, second lady, Samira Bawumia, the wife of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, she is back to the Ashanti region where her husband just left. And she says she will be a lead advocate for the creative arts sector if her husband becomes president.
I will be a voice for the creative space. I will make sure, yes, yeah, mama be yeah, be Eddie mama.
There was a mama will be no, yeah, be mama. Now, if we do everything today, how will we do when we become president? Well, so as you know, it's just 12 days to elections, and from today, we will spend some time analyzing some interesting data on Campaign Uncensored. So stay with us, and the show begins now. So the campaign trail gets keener and keener, and all are trying To wrap it up, Dr. Bawumia is done with his brush up of the northern region after spending 15 days in the Ashanti region. But GHOne Mahama, after finishing the eastern region last week, is now in the western region. Now, do you remember the uproar that followed the commissioning of his statue by the president in the western region? Well, it seems that is not going away anytime soon because Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, he insists not a single NPP promise to Western region has been fulfilled.
Nyama work ba was wobaya ma western region no ye dem comparison no na de kunto ohia me there western region ye papa GHOne Mahama obey one ban na wo western region no go fa hen oya yawo there 8 years se bi aban baby a wo kwhye woto do mo make a decision on your cabinet no dey be said the western region na your cabinet representation wa ban in the last 8 years ana na obi be kale na ono so fa ho den ofa ho papa nana where me energy minister wa President Mahama na ben mo only na mbebe ya memma western region communities 1,400 electricity in the whole western region and in the last 8 years me check data now yenya 250 communities are when your light promises are the last 8 years MPP ban oba promise western region us werba a basic brand new regional hospital werba we are very rehabilitate Effiang Kwanta hospital obey a new refinery werba we are be nyeme pia sebio krumpo enyuwa weye na papaya menyina be yen papa Mahama offer womba ye be abade na ye ma western region on an hurricane yesterday what the proposal there or there woman 10% or yemo president of friend Mekaipa o see the man di sambran makwana ka ye be na mbran ko nti abade na ye be meka do ye proposal there mo ye de ye there or there oil sikan ye de bi siesie ya kwan on nti no the oil enclave policy ne be oil enclave road ye start to half asni ya asphalt every district capital ye town roads e kroni nyina baby ye do in the last 8 years e wa na yaka oil enclave road in the last 8 years ya ben one stop no be did that go there yeah oil enclave road on sebio Ghana baby here road but obi anwim da achim oil enyi ho nso oil enclave road no one wo de kwai.
Well, away from that region, former President GHOne Mahama has also pledged to revitalize Ghana's struggling cocoa industry, now promising to implement comprehensive measures aimed at restoring its prominence and also ensuring better livelihoods for cocoa farmers. Now, according to him, the incumbent government over the past 8 years in power has run down the cocoa industry, resulting in production deficits and debts to the sector. Now, he was also speaking to the Western Regional House of Chiefs in Sekondi.
And now I know say your cocoa production above from barely 400,000 tons. Now make us import abaya Jessica in advance. I day abrofonica 350,000 tons and umunti fanko. Into abaya for fra ebebano. One Jessica bian so the 350,000 tons of cocoa because abaya Jessica in advance. Into next year cocoa I better no. The suma akutuaka because oma ton in advance I just Kennedy na nui oshe media moi the cocoa board budget edituja 3.4 billion cedis on headquarters administration and just say sikani na omo de hwa omo and a cast a fofro and this annual mano and no chat if you have only their eja na watching ama ponkono jani afi na woto ponko baby or dani your friends and ponko bua na said send your friend bia afei na woto pɔnkɔ no ne dabre enti afei na ɔmo apagya price no ɛnso kokoo ni bebree asɛn efisɛ mmerɛ na yɛn mma ekuafo no nea ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo ma ɔmo no bebree gya ɔmo efuo nti solely shoot no ɛne saa diseases to be ba mu nti afei na ɔmo twitwa kokoo ndua no edua no foforɔ.
Well, let me talk to you about the wife of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Samira Bawumia. Now, she is making a promise. She says that if her husband becomes a president, she would be a lead advocate for the creative arts sector. Now, according to her, she spent the last 8 years engaging and advocating for members of the creative arts and thus will continue if her husband is made president. Now, she was speaking at a meeting with members of the industry in Kumasi as part of a campaign tour of the Ashanti region.
But because of my own passion as well, I will be a voice for the creative space. I will make sure say yes, and if you look at the past nearly 8 years, what should be creatives in Kitahua, you would know say if you are the president in Tina. It is something that I've always been passionate about. So I'll be an advocate for the creatives. I will support you. I'll be your voice and I'll make sure that your concerns are factored into nation development and these commitments are seen through. Hold me accountable. And I want you to walk this journey with me, but you need to support us so that we can deliver on all of these commitments that we are making. Let me wrap up by saying that Dr. Bawumia represents hope. He represents a new dawn and he represents a brighter future for the creatives.
Hajiya Samira, well, it's been a while we heard from the man behind the mask. The man who has promised to dredge the sea all the way to Osei Group, Nana Kwame Bediako, aka Cheddar, aka Freedom, aka Jacob Caesar, aka Independent candidates, number 12 on the ballots. Well, what is happening here is that he's also toured several constituencies in the Volta region of Ghana. Now he's calling on residents to rethink their political choices. He urged them to take bold decisions to break away from being the traditional stronghold of one political party. Now his argument is that this shift would pave the way for industrialization and economic transformation in the region.
Votarians that I know that in the past 40 years, you have been stuck with one party. You should not stick with the party. Stick with the nation. Stick with the country. Stick with the people, what they need.
Volta region is one of the richest regions in this country. You have the biggest man-made lake, which is the Volta region that connects the country. You have oil, you have arable land for farming, and you have gold, you have platinum. You are rich, but you have not added the industrial part to it. I am bringing that machine. I am bringing it to Volta.
The time has come. We have to vote these people out. They're not only lying to Volta region, they're not only lying to the people of Ho and these places, they're lying to Ghana. There's no one in the political history that in 1 year he has come and he has put this duopoly under the table. They're panicking. I can show you videos. How can you cover my own billboards with your own billboard? They're looking for money. I'm looking for legacy. I'm looking for a way to help one another. Just as much as I want to help Ghana, I want to help Africa too. If Ghanaians don't like it, I'm sure there's the next neighboring country. They will like my vision, my idea, my investment, and what I can do to help industrialization. It would work. Thank you very much.
All right, so you've heard from the man who says it's number 12 on the ballot. Just look for the man with the afro. Well, it's time for Game of Numbers, our special countdown. All right, so it's time now to introduce to you the man who eats numbers, he speaks numbers, he drinks numbers, his entire life revolves around numbers, but he's not a lotto doctor too. Adam Kodjo has joined me. He's with the research desk and also the man who puts all the things together for you to enjoy the show. Adam, 12 days to Christmas. Hey, man, can you again. Father, the spirit of Akufo-Addo and Napo, let it go away. All right, let's come back to it. It's 12 days to the big day on December 7th. What is our focus today?
So Joshua, as you said, 12 days, and from now till the D-Day, we'll just be giving you numbers as it is. So, well, yes, the Electoral Commission says 18,774,159 people are on the voters register currently. But on the 7th of December, just about 18,650,000 thereabout are expected to vote. So someone will ask why, and this is why I'll tell you. Because on 2nd December, a group of people known as the special voters, comprising journalists, security personnel, EC officials, among others, would be casting their ballot, and they are 131,478 in number. So although 18.7 million people are on the total voters register, on that D-Day, just about 18.6 million are expected to come and vote. Now, this year, we are having elections in 276 constituencies. And if you are not aware, I'm here to tell you that the Sal area, which is now under the GHOne constituency, would also cast their ballot, or is expected to cast their ballot, in both the parliamentary and presidential on December 7. Another thing you need to know is that the Electoral Commission is expected to hold elections in over 40,000 electoral areas. So what this means is that on that D-Day, we are expecting to see in excess of 40,000 pink sheets, the famous pink sheets you know about. So any political party that probably wants to go to court has to gather as many as 40,970 pink sheets, Joshua. So this is the first overview for you. Now, let's go into the candidates. How many candidates are we expecting this year? We started with 13 presidential candidates, but unfortunately, yeah, we lost the only lady, ironically, on the presidential ticket.
Hey, you see, when you do things like this, you let the CP people come after you. When you say the only lady, the CP people will come after you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
We really apologize. Yes, so we are left with one lady, one of the two. Yeah. And that was a good number, but now we just have 1 out of 12, right, which is less than 10% when it comes to proportion. Apologies for that. Now, for the parliamentary candidates' perspective, we had 801 candidates vying for the 276 parliamentary seats. Male parliamentary candidates 683 and females 118, and independent candidates 111.
Agenda 111.
Interesting. An interesting figure. So we want to go deep down and try to break down the figures for you. Now, this is a very interesting data, and I'm sure this is the first time you're going to see it. We went into the data and got for you the oldest candidates and the youngest parliamentary candidate in this race. Now, the oldest parliamentary candidate is someone called Ohemen Tinyase Kwabena, a 72-year-old independent candidate in the Eastern region, hoping to be NP in Kede. Now, while the youngest is from the Someha movement, Boahene Clement is 23-year-old and he's contesting in the Nkranza constituency in the Bono East region on the ticket of the LPG. So this is the oldest PC and the youngest PC. On the female side, it's a very interesting data. Now, there are two oldest females. And interestingly, one comes from the MPP, one comes from the NDC. Now, the MPP's candidate is the parliamentary candidate and even the incumbent member of parliament for the Asokwa constituency in the Ashanti region. She also currently doubles as the deputy majority leader. That is Patricia Apieji, and she's 68-year-old. Now, when you move to Doma East, which is in the Bono region, the NDC's parliamentary candidate, Owusua Rachel Amena, is also 68-year-old. So, on the female side, the NPP and the NDC are pretty balanced there. Now, when you come to the youngest female, there's Precious Maulom Amewo, who is from the GHOne party, and she's contesting in the Isukuma Odoben Brakwa, and she is 30 years. So the youngest guy, male, is 23 years. The youngest female is 30 years, whilst the oldest female is, or females are 68 years, and the oldest parliamentary candidate is 72 years old. I'll do some quick ones.
So wait, 72 years, he wins. He'll be in parliament till 76 years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but just an interesting data,
right,
and I'm going to say it.
Okay.
So beyond 72, the next oldest parliamentary candidate is actually GHOne.
Oh.
Yes, per the records we got from the EC, he is 71.
Ah, just one.
Just one.
Behind. Interesting.
And the NPP equally has a candidate who is 71. But somehow, the oldest candidate happens to be an independent candidate. So if he wins from 72 to 76. But when did, in 2016, how old was the man that won the election, Joshua?
By you, why?
No, yes.
Focus on parliament.
So age is not a number, Josh.
It's just a number.
It's just a number.
It's just a number.
Age is just a number. So we move to some interesting dynamics about the constituencies. And I'm going to leave with this. The 20 most populous constituencies and the 20 least populous constituencies ahead of the elections. So let's do this. Now, the largest constituency in Ghana, drum roll, Dom Kwabenya.
Of course.
182,644 voters expected in there. Then the next is a shaman. Then Ewutu Senya East. Hawakumsen and Na Phyllis Na will have the battle there. Then Amasaman.
Yeah.
Adentang. Lejokuku. Madina. Ketu South.
Go.
Kwabri East. Trobu. That's his top 10.
And we see most of them in the Greater Accra region.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Then we move to Pristia Huni Valley.
Okay.
Anya Sotum.
Greater Accra.
Techiman South. Takwa Nswayem. Bon Katamanso. Tema West. Ablekuma Central. La Dadeko Tokpong.
My constituency.
Temale South and Ablekuma North. Now, each of these constituencies is expecting over 120,000 people to vote. And Dome Kwabenya alone is giving us 182,000.
Come on.
So don't be surprised if it takes 2 days for collation to be done in a constituency like Dome Kwabenya. Now we move to the final part. Which
Finally, because we need to quickly run.
Yeah, so the list, the smallest constituencies.
Right.
GHOne, the newly formed GHOne.
In Noti region.
19,000. Akachi North. Busa South, Adaklu, Akim Swedru, Banda, Setre, Afram Plains, Swaman, Nabdam, Salaga North, Boga East, North Dai, DBI, Sini East, Ekrufum, Lambusi, Yoyo, Doma West, Fantiakwa South, and Agoti Meziope, which the majority having above 30,000. All the rest have below 30,000. So, Josh, this is an interesting data.
Fantastic.
And then, as we started today, in the coming days, we will be bringing you more on It's a Game of Numbers and tell you why the numbers here are very important for this race.
Amazing. Adam Kodjo, thank you so much for bringing us the numbers. And of course, like he mentioned, we've just started and the heat will get hotter in the coming days right here on Campaign Uncensored. But that's all of the curtains today. I am Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Do have a wonderful evening. The news team is back at 6:30 with News Tonight. Do stay.